Now I want you to imagine that you have a piece of paper and a pencil. Now I want you to imagine that whatever you draw onto that piece of paper with that pencil takes on a life of its own. That is Paper World. Back in 2001, I was in the 4th grade. That is when I wrote my very first Paperman short story. It was a school project and I just did it for fun. I didn't think that it was going to go anywhere. Then again in 2002, I wrote my second Paperman short story. After this, I realized that I had a lot of fun writing the character of Paperman, and that writing was something that I really enjoyed doing. So the next year, in 2003, I wrote the very first draft of the Adventure of Paperman, The Journey Begins. I got it bound and placed in my school's library without any illustrations or pictures. A few months later, the librarian told me that there was a wait list for it. For years, Paperman existed as just one copy of that book in my school's library. Until many years later, in 2010, I decided I wanted to get the book published. So I went and rewrote it. Not too much. The book already had a following and a fan base, and I didn't want to change the story too much. And by 2011, I'd gotten the book published. 2 years later, I got the second book in the trilogy, The Adventure of Paperman Journey into Night, published. After this, I started visiting more schools around Texas, and I got it put into more school libraries. Teachers kept asking me to come back and talk to their students about why I wrote the book and how I wrote the book. Paperman started to become something more than just myself. It started to become about other kids' imaginations and other kids' stories. I had many students come up to me and show me pictures and drawings of comic books and superheroes that they had created because they had read Paperman. When I started writing this third book in the trilogy, I thought about what Paperman had started as and what it had become, and the journey that it had taken with me from that very first short story in the 4th grade. Many of the story elements in the book reflect this, as the heroes consider where they were at the beginning of the story and where they are now. And not just that, but what they're going to do now that they've reached this goal. Back whenever I wrote the first Paperman book, I never imagined that it would take me here. I knew that I wanted to write 3 books, but I never actually imagined myself doing it. And now I'm here, and now I have to consider where Paperman will go from here on out. And just like that, the heroes have to consider what will happen after they defeat the evil threatening their world. What does it mean to be a hero after the evil is defeated? I need your help to spread Paperman as far as it can possibly go. It's a story about imagination, adventure, and just what you can accomplish whenever you set your mind to it. Please give to the Kickstarter campaign for this next leg of Paperman's journey and help make the Adventure of Paperman Hero's Journey a reality.